So you've just embarked on your carnivore journey, or you're planning to, and you've heard about carbohydrate addiction and carb cravings. Yeah, they're real. They happen. And the best way to get by them is to have a plan so when they show up, you know what to do. I'm Carnivore Soldier, and this is a video where I'm going to help you beat the carbohydrate addiction that is sure to come. Thanks for joining my channel. I have been a carnivore since March of this year, 2023, and had great results so far, and I want to help you also get these results. What are carbohydrate cravings and why do they matter? So when you're on a carnivore diet, you're going to a zero carb diet. It's an elimination diet, not a restriction diet. So it's different than any other diet that I've ever done. There's no such thing as a essential carbohydrate. There's essential fatty acids, essential proteins. There's no such thing as essential carbohydrates, so you don't need them in your diet. And in fact, most of them are problematic. There's two fronts to this battlefield, because this is a battle that we're in. And I always say that, welcome to the battle. The first front is a psychological front. So psychological front looks something like this. You have emotional snacking, emotional cravings for alcohol, peer pressure from friends and family. There's fear. That's an emotional thing, happening. On the emotional front of snacking and alcohol, I'd come home from a long day of work, or I would, be alone and bored just sitting here working. And a lot of times in the past, I would just emotionally go for a snack, something to pass the time, to make me feel better. Or, I'm going to unwind with a drink, a bourbon or something. And that's purely emotional and psychological, because I'm thinking, I deserve this, I need something, but my body is not really hungry. So the hunger signals when you're on this diet become much more nuanced. When you're on a carbohydrate diet, hunger signals are insane. And when you're transitioning from the carbohydrate diet to the carnivore diet, you're going to notice, especially in the beginning, it's really hard to get past the carbohydrate cravings. The other front on the battlefield is a physiological one, where you actually have physical hunger, hormones driving cravings for sweets and carbohydrates. That's an actual physiological thing happening. So we're fighting two fronts on this war. We're fighting a physiological one and a psychological one. The psychological one, we have emotional snacking, alcohol, we have peer pressure, family and friends. We have fear, there is fear. Is this really going to work? Is it dangerous? Am I crazy? I mean, these are things that go through everyone's mind when you go into this diet. No one goes into this diet thinking, oh yeah, 100% this works, until you've done it for a while. So this is totally normal, and to get past it, I do have a battle plan for you. Before I get into the battle plan, let me just share something. This is a day of celebration for me. This shirt that I'm wearing, and remember when I told you in the last video, you want to set goals. And goals shouldn't necessarily be weight loss. A goal could be like doing clean carnivore for 30, 60, 90 days. Or, a goal could be, hey, changing your size of your clothes you're wearing. Weight loss just happens. So don't set weight as a goal, because it varies too much on a day-to-day basis. But I bought this shirt 3 months ago, and it did not fit off the rack. I was like, well, I love the shirt, but they didn't come big enough to fit me. So I bought this size, knowing that I was on a trajectory to get to where it would fit. And now this is the first time wearing it, and it fits perfectly all the way. I mean, it's a fantastic shirt. So this is one of my celebrations, and this is a reward to myself. This means I'm hitting goals, right? And when you hit goals, you get great rewards, like buying new belts, people complimenting you. I mean, these are the rewards I seek now. So just wanted to share that moment. Also, by the way, I'm from Texas. It is blazing hot here today, 106 degrees. I would love it if you comment below. Just drop a comment and subscribe if you like us, but drop a comment and just tell me where you're from and how hot it was today. I'd love to hear that. Okay, so back to my battle plan. So planning to win. If you don't have a plan to win, you automatically have a plan to fail. That's something we talk about in the Army all the time. And it's a fact. You do have to have a plan to win. Winning doesn't just happen by accident, right? Winning takes perseverance and planning. So you have to have both. So planning to win. There's three main things you can do to fight carbohydrate addiction. First thing is prevention. So how do you prevent carbohydrate addiction? Well, first off, make sure you're eating enough high-quality meat with adequate fat. The fat is very important because that's the fuel we're switching over to from carbohydrates, right? We're actually changing our mitochondria at the cellular level, that we're going to be running on fat and ketones and not on carbohydrates and sugars. We want to make sure we get all the minerals and electrolytes we can in our diet to make sure we have enough minerals and electrolytes. So I take a magnesium supplement. I actually drink mineral water. This here is called Liquid Death, which is great. Alpine mineral water, still water. I also drink sparkling water like Topo Chico, and it's fantastic. It actually, gives me all the minerals I need. Our ancestors drank from streams and drank from ponds and had tons of minerals in it. We don't do that now. Tap water only has chloride and fluoride in it, and your bottled water is filtered out and has basically nothing in it. So I would get some mineral water and make sure you're drinking that, or add salt and minerals to your water. There's a couple companies that make things like that. Redmond Real Salt actually has an electrolyte product that I would recommend. And the next thing I would say is eliminate all sweets from your diet. Sweets being natural sweets such as fruit, sugar, honey, all that stuff, and artificial sweeteners. Any artificial sweeteners that you take will give you an insulin spike and actually make you crave sweets, especially in the evening. Like I used to crave sweets every evening. I'd be hunting around the kitchen, just walking laps looking for something sweet to eat when I started this diet. It was really, really difficult, right? So if you cut those out, in 4 to 6 weeks, you won't have any cravings at all. Now someone could put ice cream in front of me. They do. I take my son to Dairy Queen, get him an ice cream, or I did, and I would not even want any of it, which before, man, I would have been getting me one of them flurries, right? So eliminating sweets is a key. Another key is getting enough sleep. You need to get all the sleep your body needs. For me, it's about 7 to 8 hours a night, and when I get enough sleep, I don't have the cravings that I would have when I'm tired. If you are sleep deprived, you will grab for the easiest, cheapest bad meal you can get. If it's work, people bring donuts in and you're tired. It's harder to fight cravings if you aren't properly rested. That's just something I've experienced. This is stuff that worked for me. I'm not saying you have to do it, but I'm telling you this works for me. Another thing is get more sunlight. I like to take my dog for a walk in the morning when it's sunny out and try to soak in some of that sun. I don't do sunglasses. I don't do sunscreen. Here in Texas, I go out in the morning when it's only in the 80s. And Duke's my service dog. You probably saw him moving around. He comes up and interrupts me sometimes when I'm videoing and talking, but he's a sweet dog. Anyway, I take him for a walk and I try to go out, 5-10 minutes in the sunlight every day if it's sunny out. Okay, so that's how you prevent. You do those things. You make sure you don't restrict your calories. You eat high quality meat with adequate fat. You get all the minerals and electrolytes you need. You eliminate sweets from your diet. You get enough sleep and you get sunlight. Those all help me. Now the next thing, that's prevention. The next thing is distraction. The physical cravings can be caused by hormones, and they typically will go away. They'll dissipate in 30 to 40 minutes. So if you can do something to distract yourself, and you don't have to distract yourself the full 30 or 40 minutes, because if you start distracting yourself, they can go away pretty quick. So what I do is I get up and go out for a walk, or I'll do a little exercise if I feel like it, or I might go out in the sunlight. That might be something, if you just walk out and take a seat in the sunlight for 5-10 minutes, that might help. You could read something or do some chores or handle some tasks at work that will distract you until that goes away. And while I do that, I'll definitely be drinking some water. That's the distraction. So distraction can be done, walking or exercise, getting out in the sunlight, reading, and doing some work or some chores around work or at work. And then the last one is replacement. So we have prevention, distraction, and replacement. So replacement, what do you replace in your diet to prevent you from snacking on carbohydrates? Well, first, drink water with salt in it. I like sparkling mineral water. And you can put salt in it. You don't have to. Sparkling mineral water for me, if I'm getting a little sweet tooth craving, I can drink a bottle of sparkling mineral water, and by the time I'm done, it's over. That's gone. Yeah, you can eat a zero carbohydrate snack like bacon or a slice of butter. Butter slices work great for me. In fact, I have a friend who went carnivore, and she keeps sliced butter in her fridge, so you just reach in there and grab one if she needs it. And I think it's a great idea. So a slice of butter, a couple pieces of bacon, even just one piece of bacon, you might find. Now, one thing, here's a little pro tip on butter. I sometimes will get pork rinds, and I'll put a slice of butter on a pork rind and eat it. And to me, it reminds me of a saltine with butter, which is one of my favorite snacks before I went carbohydrate. I used to love that when I was a kid. My grandpa used to do it all the time. So a saltine with snack was great. I will do the pork rind with a slice of butter, and one or two of those will totally satiate me, and I'll be done snacking for the day. You can also just get a pinch of real salt, like Redmond real salt that I do, and put it under your tongue, or put it in a drink and drink it. That helps. And then lastly, you could make carnivore desserts. In the evening, if you're really getting them and you just feel you need it, then a carnivore dessert I would recommend would be Dr. Kiltz's ice cream. So Dr. Kiltz, great doctor, MD, has a great knowledge. He's a thought leader, one of the thought leaders in this way of eating. And Dr. Kiltz came up with ice cream that I make at home. I just get 3 egg yolks and a pint of heavy whipping cream and mix them up. I do add a teaspoon of vanilla, real vanilla, to it, even though that's not technically carnivore. It doesn't bother my body, so I do that. And then I whisk it up and I pour it into little silicone molds and then freeze it. So they're bite-sized molds, so I have portion control. So what I can do is I can just pop 1 or 2 of those out and put them in a cup and eat them when I really need when I really feel that I need something sweet in the evening, and those satiate me, and they're very healthy because it's just a custard. It's just your heavy whipping cream and egg yolks. So it's very fatty, tastes good, and it just satiates me. So that's the way you plan to win with this. Planning to win is prevention, distraction, and replacement, right? And we talked about those. I'll list those down below so you can look at them. From that, I'd like to go into something called, something that a lot of people do, and it's cheating, right? So cheating is something that I don't do. I understand it, and I used to do it when I was in keto. When I did carnivore, I decided, there's not going to be any cheating. I'm basically, when Cortez came to the New World with 600 soldiers, once they got ashore, he gave the order to burn the ships, so they could not go back, right? And that's what I decided to do. I was going to burn the ships. I was going to make this work, and that's all there was to it. There was no going back. So I don't cheat, and the understanding of cheating I get. Where's my reward? I've been good for a month. I've been good for 2 months. I've been good for a week. I deserve X, whether it's a piece of cake or whatever. But if you're cheating, you're literally cheating yourself. You're literally going to propagate the sweet cravings that you have now. And your carbohydrate cravings will never go away. And this diet will always be hard for you. To me, cheating on this diet is like saying, I've been a good husband for a month. A straight month, I've been just a great husband. So I deserve to go out and cheat on my wife. Or, I've been a great wife for a month. I deserve to go cheat on my husband because I've just been so good. That doesn't make any sense. You're cheating on yourself. It's the same thing. Don't ruin what you have. Keep driving on. And don't plan cheat days. Now, are we going to make mistakes? Are we going to slip up? Yeah, of course. Everyone's going to slip up. You're going to have a day where you aren't strict. You're going to fall off. You're going to eat something sweet, but don't make it a deliberate, hey, this is the day I cheat, right? If you slip up, great. You can always get right back on the horse, and that's what I recommend. Do not let a slip up stop you from succeeding in this, because you can do this. You can beat it. You have accountability partners, or you need accountability partners, that'll help you. The ways I prevent cheating is I dove into carnivore daily and hourly. When I started feeling cravings, another thing I would do is I'd go watch some YouTube videos of carnivore people and see what they're doing and watch success stories. That will drive me right away from, that'll occupy some time to get me away from my carb addiction. Everyone has them. You're not going to go through this without them, I guarantee it. You just have to learn how to deal with it. The takeaway is never quit. Get back up on your horse if you slip up. Don't plan to fail. Cheating is planning to fail, in my opinion. That's what cheating is. Slipping up is one thing, cheating's another. Emotionally we get beat up. We, had a really rough week, had a really rough day. We need that drink of alcohol. We need that snack. We slip up. Okay, great. That's behind you. This is a new day. Drive on. It's not going to really mess you up too much. You're probably going to be okay. Just keep going. And, what we say in the Army is when things get tough, you suck it up. And if things get really tough, you suck it up with 2 straws and drive on. And that's what we do. So we suck it up and drive on. And that's what you need to do in this diet is you need to suck it up and drive on. Find your battle buddy. If you don't have a battle buddy, I have a Discord server that I just started up. I'm on there daily. My brother's on there daily. Other people that have embarked in the carnivore journey with me are on there that are all succeeding. We can chat with you. If you don't know what Discord is, don't worry. Just click on the link. It'll bring you up. It's like a private social media, but no one else can see it except for us. And I recommend you go ahead and join that, and we can share recipes, share success stories. We can help each other through this carnivore journey. So anyway, thanks a lot. I'm glad you joined the video. Duke is too. Here, Duke. See, this is Duke right here. Come here. Come. This is Duke. Duke's wanting to be fed right now, so he's my Great Dane, and he is a carnivore as well. There he is. See, Duke is a carnivore. I'll be doing a video on Duke's diet pretty soon because I did put him on carnivore, and Duke has really excelled. I put Duke on a carnivore diet, and Duke has just been really benefiting from it. And I want to go over what's happened, what I've noticed, and how it's affected him. So that'll probably be my next video is I put Duke on carnivore, and here's what happened. So anyway, thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you later. Stay strong. One last thing I'd like to cover is on the left here, you'll see the Warrior Ethos. The Warrior Ethos is something we have in the Army, and it's something I carry with me today. I still have a card in my wallet with this on it that I carry every day. This is great for carnivore when you're in this battle, which you're in battle with yourself, with society. You need to have something to fall back on. So the Warrior Ethos goes like this. I'll always place the mission first. So the mission is your goals, like what you set for your goals. If your goals are to be a carnivore for a year or 3 months or 5 years or for life, then that's your mission. So set that and make that the first priority. I will never accept defeat. If you have a setback, that's not defeat. A failure is not defeat. Defeat is completely quitting carnivore. That's defeat. Now, unless you're only just doing carnivore for a few months, but for me, I want to stay carnivore for life. I will never quit. So quitting, again, we talked about, you don't want to quit what you're doing. You want to keep going forward, one foot in front of the other, and keep driving forward. You suck it up and you drive on when it's tough. You don't quit. Quitting is a mental failure, in my opinion. So, you can have setbacks, but you don't quit. You keep driving on. And I'll never leave a fallen comrade. So if you're in this for the long haul, if you're in it for success and you need someone alongside you, I'm that guy, or there's guys on our Discord server, or your neighbors or friends and family. You need people that will cheer you on, that will not leave you behind when you fail. People who will not pile on and tell you you're a loser, or make fun of you because you fell off. You just get back up on that horse, and we will not leave you behind. We'll be with you. So this is the Warrior Ethos. It's what I like to live my life by, and I think it really helps and makes sense in this carnivore diet because everything is against you in this diet. Everything is. The media, the news, all the manufacturers of these processed foods. Your friends and family even are against you at first. Mine were until they saw the results, and then they changed their tune and started joining. So anyway, Just wanted to share that and hope it enriches your journey. Thanks.